mullet run is officially here. It's like a little silver finger mullet. Some good bait, hang those guys off a kite. Some needlefish scattered around in there. And they're everywhere. What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a video for you guys and we're going to be talking about fishing knots. And more specifically what we're going to be talking about is the Bimini twist knot. So this knot can be challenging to a lot of people, but it can also be really easy to others. I think it is the best connection that you can make when using a snap swivel, more specifically. It's very strong. You get the true strength of your knot and the line, and you get double the strength because it has double strand. We'll get into that later. But I want to make these videos for you guys, just showing you kind of behind the scenes about how we tie knots, the terminal tackle we use, because, you know, it's cool to show you guys big fish that we catch. But I want you guys to get something out of this, so I'm going to start showing you guys about how we rig rods, about how we catch bait, and those kinds of things, so you guys can go out and do this for yourselves. So before we get into it, I want to show you the rod that we're going to be talking about today. This is a Tanacom 1000 on a Poseidon rod with a number 2 Avco bent butt. This is our deep drop setup. We use 2 of these, and this is currently rigged with 80-pound braid to a Bimini twist to a large snap swivel. So we're going to get into this, show you how we're going to rig this and how we tie the Bimini twist. Alright guys, so I got the rod set up here in the rod holder, and this is how we start. I got the reel and free spool, so I can just peel line off as I need, and I got it just straight braid. Okay, we got like 800 yards of 80-pound braid top to bottom on this reel. So this is the main line. Start off with the Bimini twist, pull some line out, and I want my Bimini twist to be about, I don't know, 2 feet long. So I get a loop in this hand right here, and I'm pinching it in this hand. I kind of have the general length of my Bimini twist that I want, and you can see I got a pretty generous amount of excess there. When you first start out, you're going to want to use a lot of excess, and as you advance, you can start conserving a little bit more line and not having such long of a tag end. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start doing twists. So I'm gonna hold in my left hand, my right hand I'm gonna start twisting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And with braid, you wanna do more twists because the line is more slippy. Slippy, is that a word? Slick, I guess. Whereas mono, you can get away with less turns. So braid, I'm gonna do about 30 to 35 twists. Mono, you can get away with probably 25, 26 turns. Cool. 35. Okay, so now we got 35 twists on our line. Still pinching my left hand, holding the loop in my right. This is how I like to do it. I put it around the handle of the reel. So now what we're gonna start doing, put the reel back in wind mode and just slowly tighten up your line. So I'm still pinching and the loop is here on the handle of the reel. So I'm gonna get it real tight. So now what I can do is, that'll make your hand cramp up. So hold it here. And now what you gotta do is you gotta make the line a little bit wet. Just lick your fingers, run your fingers up and down the line. It's a lot easier with mono here, but braid still works. You can make your Bimini twist a lot more pretty with braid. All right, so now take 2 fingers right in there and hold this and start. My left hand's not moving and my right hand's pushing up towards my left hand. And you can feel it start to get tighter. So once it gets about 3 or 4 inches long, you can keep pushing and you take your left hand and you just roll it, start pulling it to the right, and you'll see it roll over right there. See it roll? And then keep pushing your right hand towards the left. And I'm still holding tension on my left hand, but I'm slowly letting the line out. So as I'm pushing, the line is just doing all the work for me. So keep pushing until it gets to that point. Now you want to pinch that. If you let it go, your whole Bimini twist will unravel. So you want to pinch that. As you can see, we call these the legs of the Bimini twist. So I got my tag end here and my 2 legs. What you want to do is take your tag end and just do a simple hitch over one of the legs. What this will do is this will cinch down the Bimini for now and hold it in place so you don't have to keep holding it. That's just simple overhand knot hitch on one of the legs while you're pinching just pull that knot under your fingers like that. So now your Bimini twist is holding itself, okay? Now, so remember, we just did one hitch over one leg. Now let's do the same exact thing we just did, but over both legs. Just like that. Just like that, perfect. So with mono, I wouldn't do another hitch over both legs, but since we're doing braid, I do another hitch over both legs. So far, we have done a overhand knot or a single hitch over one leg, and then we have done 2 hitches over both legs. And then to finish off the Bimini, what we do is, instead of doing a single hitch over both legs, we're gonna take it and we're gonna do 4 wraps. So I take your tag end right here, okay? Put it over the main line, or the Bimini of both legs, once, twice, 3 times, and 4 times. Okay, so we got that. So what I do, just pull tension, pull the slack out. Using my left hand to work the loop up. I don't want it to get slack, because that can make your knot a little bit messed up. So I'm just pulling out the slack with my right hand and using my left hand to slowly work up the loop. Once you get to about the end, you can just work that up into your Bimini like so, and then really tighten that down. Sometimes I'll take a knife or something, wrap the line around the knife like that, and really use that to get a really good cinch on it. Like that. Perfect. Now we are completed with our Bimini twist. So that is it. You can use something to just trim off the tag. I don't trim it perfectly close. I leave about, I don't know, a couple millimeters on there. Then we can put the rod back in free spool. Take the line, take that loop off your handle like that. And then what you are left with is a very strong, very pretty Bimini twist. Just like that. As you can see, that came out a little bit from the tip of my middle finger to the center of my chest. That's perfect length, what I wanted. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the cat's paw to attach the snap swivel to the end of our Bimini twist loop. All right, guys. So before we do the cat's paw, when you're done with your Bimini, it's gonna be real twisted up and it's gonna twist out your main line. So what I like to do is just use my fingers and work that line down and get all the twists out of it to get it nice and straight. You want the line to just basically sit down. It's not spinning, it's not doing anything crazy. It's nice and straight. So I take both of my legs and I spread them out. So there's no twist in that. So there's no twist in that Bimini. So I got my snaps over here. So I'm gonna attach my deep drop rig to. Take that guy, feed it through the eye of the snap swivel. Okay, see in my left hand I'm separating the line. So it's kind of suspended between 2 threads of the Bimini. What we're gonna do, take that loop you're pinching with your right hand and fold it over to the left, just like that. See that? Now pinch that, and then you can see what we're left with here. You can see how that snap swivel's kind of got 2 loops around it. If it looks like cross like this, or any type of, you know, if it's crossed up like that, you know it's wrong. To know you've done it correctly so far is you want 2 strands of line on each side running down to the snap swivel, and they're separated. So now what we do is take your snap swivel, you're just gonna spin it and place it inside the loop, just like so. So that's 1. Let's go 2. Let's go 3. Tricky with a big snap swivel like this. Let's see, come on. Let's go 3. And let's let's go 4. All right, so I'm only gonna do 4 on this one. If I'm doing mono, I'd probably do 5. But yeah. So we need to wet the line again. Now that you're holding it, you don't have fingers, so just use your tongue. Hopefully you have clean line, not salty line. So now what I do is, you want your bimini to be nice and straight. So now you can let go with your left hand. And remember, I have the rod in gear and the drag is tight, so I can pull against the reel and use that to tighten the knot down. So I'm just using my left hand, I'm slowly working down the line, and my right hand's giving tension on the rod to cinch that knot down nice. Just like that. You can kind of use your fingernail and really get that knot to sit down on itself, and then really pull against that rod. And as you can see, get it to cinch down really, really nice. So if you guys can see that, see how that cat's paw looks perfect, symmetrical. It's really, really tight. That's exactly how we want to do it. And our bimini is nice and straight. One leg isn't longer than the other. If it looks like that, you did it wrong. The bimini is still okay, but your cat's paw messed it up. So it's nice and straight, and yeah. Because another thing, if one leg is longer than the other, all that tension is going to be on one leg, so you just defeated the purpose of having the bimini twist. But if they're both the same exact length, all that tension from the fish and the reel is going to be on both, and your knot is going to be very, very, very strong. So yeah, now just take your snap swivel, clip it down somewhere on your reel. I use the reel seat up under here, and yeah, you're ready to fish. I use this knot a lot for kite fishing, deep dropping, and anything that requires you to use a snap swivel, because you saw there was no tying. I didn't have to tie anything, tighten it down, or cut the tag in. It just is simple like this. Now, one thing I do recommend with this knot is if you are gonna have to cut off this snap swivel, retie the whole bimini. There are a couple knots that you can retie the snap swivel onto the bimini and save it, but just take the extra 30 seconds, tie this new bimini twist, and you'll be ready to rock and roll. Because that's the last thing you want to happen, is if a knot failing while you have a really big fish on. That's the biggest frustration in fishing. But this knot will not let you down, and super simple to tie. Just go out there, practice. Start out with braid, get the hang of it, and then start doing it on mono. It's a little bit trickier to get the mono to work how you want it to, but you'll eventually get it. All right, guys, we just finished tying that bimini twist on our Tanacom 1000 deep drop setup. If you guys have any questions about the bimini twist, post them down in the comments below. I will gladly answer any questions you guys have. I'm going to be posting more videos each week about different knots that I'm tying and different methods that I'm using to catch these fish. If you guys want to see different videos, comment below. I will make those for you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Peace.